Hey guys! So welcome back to another Chat With Me Sunday. I am so sorry I didn't get one out last week. I had a lot going on. I actually was like, okay, I'm going to do it on Sunday, and that doesn't work because I don't have time on Sundays. So I'm recording these videos earlier in the week. Today's Friday, so I'm actually doing them earlier so that I can make sure they get to you guys on Sunday. And I want to thank you all so much for all of your guys' comments from last week's and suggestions for future videos. And also, if you guys have more suggestions and other ones, I'd love to do some more of those videos as well for a Chat With Me Sunday. So if you want to suggest them in the comment section below. And also, this week, as you guys can tell from the title, it is the worst couponing experiences. So I had kind of two. One wasn't super bad. The other one wasn't awful, but it really upset me, I guess. So I'm going to share that with you guys. If you guys have a really bad couponing experience, I think everybody can kind of learn from them, especially newbie couponers. So if you guys are a newbie couponer, I'm going to give you guys some hints and tips as to what to do if you are having a bad cashier manager, or you're just not doing very well at the stores and stuff like that, and you're having a bad couponing experience. So this one, so if you guys want to share them, either you guys can post them in the comment section below, or if you guys want to do a separate video and then leave me a link in the description below too, I'd so appreciate that. I'll definitely check it out. So start off for this week. First off, I want to give any newbie couponers, or even if you have been couponing for a really long time and you need some suggestions as to what to do if you had a bad cashier manager, or you're just constantly having, you haven't had a good couponing experience at a particular store. The first thing is attitude. It's all about your attitude, basically, when you're in the checkout line and whatever, and how you present yourself to your cashier. And if you have a really crabby cashier but you're really nice and friendly, they're probably not going to hopefully be super mean to you. I mean, I can't say that for all of the couponers or for all of the cashiers, but hopefully if you don't come in with this bad attitude and they have a bad attitude, then you guys both have bad attitudes, and then it's just kind of a whole bad situation. So it's all about attitude. Like last week I went to Walmart and I was a little bit unsure about how this cashier, who I'd never had before, was going to take my coupons. I'm always a little bit nervous, of course, when I go up to a cashier and I'm just like, not quite aware of how they take couponers and stuff like that. So this lady, I wasn't super certain, and so we went up there and I was like, okay, I have some coupons, and I had this huge smile on my face, and I was like smiling, grinning the whole time. She probably thought I was a little crazy, but I went in there with a good attitude, and she was so nice. She scanned every single coupon and would check on the register to make sure the coupon would scan the next one, make sure it's scanned. It's so nice about coupons, and that's kind of thing, like I was super scared about, if she was going to be coupon friendly or not, and she was. And at the end, she actually told, when I was getting my money out to pay, my dad was with me, and she goes, oh, she's so pretty, she has the nicest, biggest smile, and I was like, oh, thank you. So it's all about attitude, guys. Honestly, sometimes I've had even some not so nice cashiers, and just because I've had a pretty nice attitude and nice smile and everything like that, and I wasn't super mean to them, or like make sure my coupons scan type of attitude, I've not had too many bad experiences. So don't go in there with the bossy coupon attitude kind of thing. Make sure you go in there very humbled and just respectful and everything like that, because they're just there to do their job, and hopefully if they're doing their job right, they'll be helping you out too with your coupons. So attitude. Then also as well, if you are having a really bad time with the cashier, they're not coupon friendly, you can't get through to them, you've been trying to explain, why, a coupon might not be working, maybe, it beeped or something like that, if you're, trying to, a product didn't ring up at the right price or something like that, and you're trying to explain it to them and stuff like that, or you didn't get a register order, extra buck or something like that back, and they're not listening to you, or they're just like, no, and they don't care really, ask for a manager. That's always one thing you can do. Make sure you ask for the manager. Manager comes and they're not too happy either, and they're not really coupon friendly. What you can always do is just leave, leave your coupons there, or take your coupons with you. Leave all of the products there, just leave the store. Or if you do pay for this stuff, you'll get the receipt, and on the receipt it'll have the manager's name, the store's name, and most likely the cashier's name as well. Sometimes they have the manager's names on there. And then of course you can always call corporate. Either call, or I think I've emailed Walmart during my bad couponing experience, the one that I'll tell you guys about, but yeah. You can always call or email, and then that way you have the manager, cashier, and the store, either number or the address of the store where it is. So you can give them, you know, the description and everything like that, and just explain to them how bad of a couponing experience you had, and hopefully they will try to make it better for you. The other few things, if you're constantly, you go to I'm just going to use Walgreens as an example, because this is the one that I've pretty much done this with. I'm very blessed, I guess. I have multiple Walgreens in my areas, probably 5 or 6 Walgreens, and so this might not be an option for everybody, especially if there's one like 20-30 minutes away from you. But if you go to a Walgreens and basically, you know, you have a really bad cashier, the manager isn't too friendly either, try and either come back at a different time. Either if it's later in the afternoon on a Sunday, you know, if you're an early riser and you go to, you know, your Walgreens or whatever first thing in the morning, you know, and you have to, and you aren't getting through to that cashier, that manager, and you know, they've always given you a hard time and stuff like that, what you can do is try and come back later, either later in the day or a different day too. If that's not an option for you, you're busy throughout the whole week, you can't find time to make it, see if, you know, there is one that's closer to you. Even if it's 10-15 minutes away, think about, are you saving time, you know, arguing with the cashier and arguing with the manager and trying to get your coupons and stuff like that and your deals to work out? And are you saving money too? If you've gone to this store and multiple times you've just had issues with the coupons and stuff like that, and you're only supposed to be, you know, you've worked out a scenario where you're only going to be paying $1, and you wind up going in there and none of your coupons are working, and you know, the cashiers are giving you a hard time, and you constantly walk out spending, you know, $5-10 at a time when you're not supposed to be, you know, then maybe see if it is saving you money, because granted it's going to cost more gas to go to one that's further away, but it might be worth it because you're not wasting money using your coupons. So that is an option. Also, my Walgreens and CVS's restock on Wednesdays. So if that is an option, find out when your store restocks. If you go on Sunday afternoon and you've noticed, you know, I come Sunday afternoon and the stuff is constantly gone at my store, and this cashier that I have, you know, Sunday mornings I can't go there, maybe try a Wednesday afternoon whenever your store restocks. That'll probably differ for most of you guys as to when the stores restock, but if you have to, like I said, try and go when the store restocks, because then hopefully you'll have a different cashier and different manager and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, I guess, what I have. So yeah, try another time. Try you know, when the store restocks too. If you've noticed that you've tried to go on a different day, a Monday or Tuesday, and all the stuff's gone, maybe try after the store restocks. You can always ask the cashier or manager, probably even email the company too, and see when your store restocks. So hopefully that'll give you guys that are having bad experiences, bad couponing experiences at certain stores, some way around it. You know, like I said, if all else fails, maybe don't go to the store. If you found that you're not saving any money, you're just pretty much wasting your time too. My dog just ran into something. So basically those are some of the ideas. If you guys too are more experienced couponers and have maybe some ideas for newbie couponers who are like, I've had really bad cashiers and stuff like that, maybe something that you guys can help suggest as well. So now for the fun part, my awful couponing experience, or my worst couponing experience. Alright guys, so for my Walmart couponing experience, like I said, I went to Walmart, and the other one's kind of a little bit from Walgreens. So Walmart couponing experience. Now, it wasn't like the worst couponing experience. It was just, I felt very like kind of disrespected by the manager. It wasn't even so much the cashier as it was the manager. So I go to Walmart, okay? I'm sure there was a few other things I was planning on picking up, and I have the haul video on my old channel, so I can link it for you guys in the description below if you guys want to see it. I wound up getting pens, Bic pens, and Oral-B floss, and I think my subtotal would have come down to like $2, but we had the coupon for the Tide. If you guys remember, this was so long ago. This was back in like 2011. So it was before the P&G coupons excluded travel and trial size products. So the little single load Tide detergents were like 97 cents or something like that, and there was a $2 coupon. The coupon was beeping though. But nowhere on the coupon anywhere did it ever say like you can't use the coupon on the travel size. And so first I go and I use it, and the cashier goes, oh, you can't use this coupon because, you know, the picture on here shows that it's not this type. And I'm like, okay, first rule, picture doesn't have anything to do with the coupon. There's 100 Tide products. They're not going to post every single picture on the coupon. So, you know, I was trying to explain that to her, and she's like, okay. She's like, well, now your subtotal, I think, but one of the coupons might have not came off. So maybe it was like, my subtotal was around $2. And she's like, well, using 4 of these coupons is going to give you a $2 overage, and we can't give overage. And I was like, yeah, because you can give it on a gift card. A week or 2 weeks prior, something like that, the very last time I was at Walmart, the lady cashier who I had, she was like, oh my goodness, I thought you're going to be my first couponer that I have to give overage to on a gift card. And I was like, oh no, like I was only $1 or $2, but it was super close to her actually having to give me overage, because they'll give you the overage on the gift card. So, but this lady that I had now this week was complaining about, you know, having to give me the overage. And she wasn't honestly a really bad cashier. She was pretty nice. She kept apologizing actually afterwards and stuff like that, after I kind of had it in with the manager and stuff like that. So she wasn't too bad, but like she was trying to, you know, tell me I can't do this, and I was like, I can do this. And so I was like, if it's that big of a deal, I'll put in a pack of gum or whatever to absorb the overage. So I'll pay, you know, $1 or something like that. But the coupon wasn't scanning, so she was giving me a hard time. So she calls the manager over. It takes the manager 5-10 minutes to come over, because the manager's off like helping a bunch of other cashiers. I don't know what was going on, but there was a few other problems. So she goes to the lane next to me, and in the lane next to me, I had originally went into this lane, and the ladies that were in front of me were actually couponers. And they had told us, you know, they were like, oh, you know, we're gonna have coupons, so if you guys wanna wait, you can. If not, you know, do you want to pick another lane or something like that? And so I was like, okay, because my dad's a very impatient person, and he was with me at the time. So he was like, well, we're not waiting. He's like, let's go to a different lane. First rule, just stay where you are. Actually, that's not a rule, but that's what I should have done. And so anyway, you know, they were using actually all of their overage from a bunch of other coupons too that they were using to get a bunch of clothes like for free. Like they had like t-shirts and stuff like that that they were using to pay for their clothes, the coupons to pay for their clothes basically. And so I was like, so after a certain point, at Walmart, they actually have to use the manager override key. After like 20 or something coupons, or 30 coupons or something like that, they have to use an override key. I'm not sure if any of the coupons were all the same coupon or like what they were doing really. All I know is that the manager had to go over there because she was also waiting for the manager at the next lane next to me. So they, you know, she uses the override key and whatever so that these ladies can get all their stuff for free. And she comes to me and she's like, we can't give overage. And I was like, what? I was almost to the point. I was like, and she's like, well, we can't give overage because this coupon's beeping, and you know, you have this, you know, it'll be under a subtotal, and then you'll go into negative money, and we can't give you money back in the store and stuff like that. And granted, yes, that's one of the other tips, guys. Make sure you have your coupon policy with you. That way you do have the proof in front of you to show the manager and cashiers and whatever who are trying to give you a hard time. Like it says it right here in your coupon policy. Sometimes they'll even still try and argue with you after that. This manager, she goes, well, first the cashier told her that the coupons were beeping, and she's like, it's okay, just put them through. And she's like, are you sure though, because then it'll give her an overage? And she's like, oh, well, we don't give overage here. And I was like, really? So yeah, that's basically kind of what happened. And so I was trying to like argue with her, not argue, but you know, I was like, don't you understand? I was like, that's what Walmart's for. I mean, most people go to Walmart because you can get overage on coupons and stuff like that. Like, and she just didn't want to hear any of it. And she was I think she was very busy too at the time, like, because she went from so many cash register lanes or whatever, that, you know, it was taking her a while to you know, get to me, and she was just very busy. So she just basically was like, I don't want to hear it, and walked away. And I was like, I've never been so disrespected in my life. Like, it was very upsetting to me that basically she just kind of told me I was wrong and walked away. Like, to me, that's very, very rude. You know, not even hearing me out or anything like that. And the thing that I couldn't understand was how these ladies next to me got all this stuff for free, and I was here with like 8 things, and they weren't even like, or I guess it was 10 things, and they wouldn't even like accept my coupons. And I was like, I wasn't going to be the person that threw the other couponers under the bus, but I was like, don't you see what you did over there to them? Like, you had to put the override key, and you come over to me and tell me that I'm couponing wrong. I was like, did you even see what they were doing? Because it just didn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm not saying they were doing anything wrong or anything like that, but it was just like, that's what they were doing. They were using the overage on the coupons they had to get stuff for free, and I was just trying to get the overage, and I was like, if I have to, I'll throw in a bag of gum so I can get my stuff for free too. But like, apparently she just didn't want to hear it and like just walked off. And like, that's why I was probably the most upset, was because she like gave me a hard time and then just left and was like, nope, and just walked away. And I was like, that's very disrespectful. And honestly, I had not come back to Walmart for 3 years after that, just because it wasn't even like, it wasn't so bad of an experience. Like, I told them then, I was like, okay, just take the products, you know, take the Tide off, I don't want them, go put them back, you know, I'll pay for whatever I'm paying for, and that's what I wound up doing. And so you know, I didn't get the Tide, but it was just like, the attitude that she had towards me was very, very disrespectful. And I was like, I'm not going to be treated that way by somebody who's, you know, in customer service, who's supposed to be, you know, helping me out and stuff like that. And it was just, I thought it was very, very, very rude. And after that, I had not come back to Walmart until this past summer. And this was in 2011. It was November of 2011 that I did that haul, and I started couponing at Walmart again in this past summer. It was the first time I came back to Walmart, and since then I've had a perfectly fine experience. It was just that whole Walmart thing just put a totally sour taste in my mouth, and I was like, I'm not going to be treated like that by somebody, you know. So honestly, it was just not cool for her to like be that way. So alright guys, so last little segment thingy here on Walgreens. So this Walgreens that I went to was actually closer to my CVS, so it was a little bit easier. The one that I go to now, though, is still pretty close. It's probably not even any further, but it was just easier, like, because it was on the same street that I go home on, so it was easier. This one's a little bit out of the way, but it's not quite as bad. And I do love this one a lot more because everybody there is so friendly. But this one that I went to, the manager's actually really nice, but the cashier lady that was there, she was so mean. She was like the grumpiest lady ever. And she, like, my dad was the type of person who was like, try and talk to the cashiers and stuff like that, because he'd always go with. But he'd try and like talk to the cashiers, especially the crabbier ones, you know, just kind of just like show them like we're not evil people and we're not like mean people and stuff like that, like to just be nice to them and stuff like that. So that's another tip. Make sure you always try and be nice to your cashiers. I guess that kind of goes with attitude, but like talk to them, you know, just like don't be super, you know, don't just sit there and be like, hi, can you take my coupons now? So my dad was like very talkative to this one lady because he knew that she was kind of crabby. So he'd always try and be really, very nice. So I go to Walgreens, okay, and this lady was complaining to me about, you know, this coupon wasn't working, that coupon wasn't working. I was trying to do 2 transactions. The first transaction I did, I was using actually the balance, the point booster in both. So it was spend 25, you get the 5,000 balance points back. So I think I was planning on spending like $7 and getting back the 5, so it was only like $2 for everything, which was a pretty good deal for what I was getting. So I was like, not too bad. And so I hand her the point booster first, and she puts it on the side. She doesn't even scan it. Then she scans all my coupons, gave me a hard time about a few of them. I was like, okay, you know, I was like, you know, I think we might have gotten through that transaction. Then the second transaction, I'm up in line. There's nobody behind me, nobody's around. All of a sudden, there's like 3 people behind me while I'm like almost halfway through my first transaction. And she doesn't scan my Balance Rewards card. She doesn't scan, like half the coupons didn't scan because some of them were Walgreens coupons. So without your Balance Rewards card, you can't use the Walgreens coupons. And then I was like, so at the end of the transaction, she doesn't use the point booster again. Half of the coupons didn't scan. And this lady behind me had such an awful lady behind me who I was only in line for maybe about a minute or 2 minutes before, or she was only there a minute or 2 minutes after I'd already started my second transaction, because normally if there's somebody behind me I'll let them go, but I was already in the middle of my transaction. So she's like like behind me the entire time, and I'm like, excuse me. So I'm like well, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? You're trying to figure out why it's not working. And she was just like, well, I don't know, I need to get the customers behind you. And I was like, I was here first, like, you need to take care of me. And the thing that I guess frustrated me the most was this has been a reoccurring problem. And then the other thing was too, like, she was coupon savvy enough to know how you don't get the deals by not scanning my point booster pre-coupon. She would try and scan it afterwards, and then she was like, after the end, I was like, okay, well, can you at least use the point booster coupon at the end of that second transaction, because I know it didn't work in the first one, that she hadn't scanned it. So the second one, I was like, okay, well, what about this coupon? And she's like, oh, well, now your subtotal is under $25 and I can't use it. And I was like, it wasn't before all the coupons, which is the coupon I handed you. Nowhere in the coupon did it ever say like post coupon or after all your manufacturer coupons or anything. So that was just another kind of bad couponing experience for me that I didn't appreciate at Walgreens. So I stopped going to that Walgreens. Like I said, the manager there was very friendly, and I wasn't like, afterwards I was just like, I took my stuff and just like left. I was like, I'm done. I don't care anymore. So I think I might have even returned it like at a different store or something like that, because I have not been back to that Walgreens. So that is my sad Walmart and Walgreens coupon hauls, or bad couponing experiences. So like I said, you know, nothing that was like super amazingly awful, but it was just like, you have those cashiers, and honestly too, if you're a newbie couponer and you think this has only ever happened to you, it hasn't. You just have to know kind of like, I mean, the whole thing with like cashier profiling too is honestly too, it does work sometimes it doesn't always work, but I always trying to go to a cashier that I've had before, something like that, because I know if they're coupon friendly or not. And of course, the first time you go to a new couponer or a new cashier, you're not always as certain about how they're going to react, but for the most part, I mean I've couponed for almost 5 years now, and I mean, I've had a few bad ones, but overall very good experiences at all of my stores, just those few, like I said, at the Walgreens and the Walmart. So that's it for me for this week for Chat With Me Sunday. Don't forget, guys, if you have a Chat With Me Sunday topic, post it in the comment section below. Also, if you guys have a bad couponing experience, post in the comment section below, because everybody can always learn from them, or do a video and post the link in the description below, or comment section below. So I'll talk to you guys all next week. Bye, guys. If you guys want to find other really fun videos, don't forget to subscribe to NizzyNet. Also, you guys can subscribe to our daily vlog right here. And finally, if you guys enjoy the content on this video, don't forget to subscribe.